Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about humidifiers and more humidifiers. I will be going over which ones are my favorites and which ones I think are the best in different situations. And if you like videos like this, please hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down below, and give me a thumbs up so I know that you like videos like this. And we'll just get right into it. I think it's only appropriate that we start talking about this guy right here. This is from the brand Levoit. I'm not quite sure, but if I can link it down below for you, I will. Now, he is actually my very first purchase. I do believe last year I was in search of a humidifier because, you know, being a new plant parent, you're kind of like, what do I do? It's winter time. Is the humidity going to be high enough for these plants? And I do recall during that time I was importing some plants in November-ish, so I figured it's probably better to have a humidifier for the plants. So this guy right here, one of the features that I love the most is the spout. The top portion can come off, and the spout right here, you can actually turn it every which way that you want. You can have it facing in one direction or two directions, which is fantastic, especially if you have lots of plants that are on like either side of the table, or if you have a plant room and you want it to direct the humidity evenly throughout the area. Now, when you remove the lid, you are also able to see that it has handles for you so that you can actually walk it over to your sink and bottom fill. I do believe this humidifier holds up to 4 liters of water. So if you have it on a low setting, the specs say that it can last up to 40 hours. Now with that said, although the specs say that it can last up to 40 hours, I've never found myself having it last that long. I do find myself having to refill every day. I think that's just because of how I used and abused this humidifier. Now because I like to use the bi-directional spout, I do have to increase the setting to, I think, the 3rd setting, so that way the mist will evenly distribute throughout the area that I'm using it in, as opposed to leaving it on a low setting where the mist just kind of falls down in a not so cute way, where you're kind of like, are you even doing anything? But in any case, this guy is actually one of my favorites, but you know, I don't use him quite as often as I should, just because of the fact that you do need to bottom fill. Now, some people might think, oh, that's not a big deal. Why do you even care that you have to bottom fill? Well, I'm a lazy person, and if it's gonna cause me trouble to remove it and take it over to the sink and then refill and then try to finesse your way and put it back on the counter or wherever it needs to stay, you're gonna knock over some plants, for sure. I've done it. I've knocked over some plants. Sometimes you're not as smooth as you think you are in the morning, and you know, there might be some spillage of water. But I love it. Just, I really wish that they made one that was top fill instead of bottom fill. Now that brings me to this humidifier right over here. This is a Taotronics humidifier, and it's actually the one that I use the most, simply because I can have it stationary. I can pop off the lid, pour the water in, set it, and forget about it. Now, I am a fairly lazy person, so this works perfect for me. I don't have any issues with it. Because this humidifier has a 3-liter capacity, you can fill it to the brim. And I have noticed that you can get a day and a half worth of humidity. However, that's only on a low setting. So like I said, this one over here, if you're using the bi-directional, you might want to increase it to the 2nd or 3rd setting. But the other one, because it's not bi-directional, it's only one direction, you're able to get away with the lowest setting possible. And like I said, it's all preference as to which one it is that you want. For me personally, because of the location of this particular humidifier, it's kind of right underneath my fiddle leaf fig. So the leaves actually sit on top or across the spout, and it distributes the mist this way. So it's kind of doing it bi-directional for me. But like I said, I have no complaints with that one. It's super easy to use. Top fill is the way to go because, like I said, once you fill it up to the brim and you're trying to finesse your way, man, when you knock over that plant, it hurts. So the two humidifiers that I have mentioned do require an outlet. So if your plants are situated in a place where there isn't an outlet, you're gonna wanna invest in a portable humidifier. Now, I've tried a few, and believe me when I say that they're great at first, but they, over time, they actually do break down. I do believe I've used like two, I went through two last winter, and they just pooped out on me. Which brings me to say this one is probably my most favorite one. The reason for that is because, well, it's slim, it's minimal, you can put it in a vase, you can put it in your water bottle, and I loved it so much, I got two of them. Now, this guy right here probably looks different from all the other ones that you've seen floating around on Instagram or Amazon or wherever. In any case, I prefer this one because the battery pack is much bigger, which means that it's going to last a lot longer. I do believe the other ones last up to 8 hours-ish on a intermittent setting, whereas this one lasts up to 14 hours on an intermittent setting. And it's really easy to use, honestly. The charger is back here. You just flip her up, put her in, and then stick it in some water. Oh, if this is your first time purchasing it, please let the wick soak for about 10-15 minutes, and then you can try turning it on. But you push the button and there we go. Super easy. And then if you push the button again, you're gonna get the intermittent mist. There we go. And if you long press, it'll turn it off. So those are my three favorite humidifiers that I will be using throughout the winter months. Like I had said, I've been using them last year. I'm going to continue using them this year. And this guy over here is still, he's still my favorite. Honestly, it's just this spout. This spout that's bi-directional, it's kind of life-changing, honestly. Because if you think about it, you want to have your mist evenly distributing your plants. You don't really want it concentrated in one area, especially if you don't have any air circulation. So if you just have stagnant air and the humidity is blasting but it's not circulating, what's going to end up happening is the water will end up causing condensation onto the leaves, and then you're going to have what I call leaf rot. You're basically going to have water damage on your leaves, and it's going to be more prominent on your variegated plants. I've experienced it on my Monstera albo, so you know, just be mindful that you should have good air circulation when you're using a humidifier. Now with that said, if you have an indoor greenhouse, I do have a product for you that I highly recommend. I personally don't have an indoor greenhouse, but if I did, this would be the one that I would be using. It's this guy right here. This is by Air Innovations. It's a 2.2 gallon tank, which means you're only refilling every 3 to 4 days, and it runs for 120 hours. That's insane. But check it out. You can actually turn the spout. It does turn every which way you want. And when you do need to refill it, it's top fill. Come on. That's pretty amazing. For me, that's pretty amazing. Why do I have this guy if I don't have an indoor greenhouse? My bedroom gets really dry. But this is fantastic. Oh, and it also comes with a remote, guys. Comes with a remote for lazy people like me. So those are all the humidifiers that I recommend. I've tried them, I've used them, they haven't broken down, and believe me, when it does, you'll hear from me probably on my Instagram first before I start trashing it on the internet via YouTube. But I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you like videos like this, again, please hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down below, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!